everyone, it's Audencia, and I will be doing my ed talk mostly on chapter 7, where he talks about the ineffective strategies that we try to incorporate to help students in poverty that don't really work. And the reason I'm going to focus on this chapter is because it was very mind-boggling and frustrating that we actually think, or that there's actually people out there who believe that such strategies work. So I'm going to start off by talking about education as the great equalizer. People still believe that education is the great equalizer, that everybody has the same opportunities, when in reality it's not. I mean, it should be. Everybody should have access to an education, but unfortunately, as we all know, it doesn't necessarily happen that way. For instance, students in poverty do not have access to the same privileges or resources that upper-class students have. Yet, when they are not able to perform well because they are denied access to these different resources, such as computers, the internet, labs for chemistry, we blame them, and rather than help them, we punish them. Then, when we do try to help these students that come from poor families, we are given ineffective strategies to use. These strategies deprive them of programs such as art and music to make more room for math and writing. This is not helping students, especially when these students from poor and working class families probably only have access to such programs like art and music inside school, because they're not going to afford it outside of school. Unfortunately, that is the reality. I'm sure they would love to provide their children with such opportunities, but they can't, because at the end of the day, a father or a mother or whomever is going to choose to provide their family with food or to pay the electric bill rather than have their student take a music lesson or an art lesson. So if we take this away from the schools, we're not giving them much of a chance to have access to such programs. Also, teachers in high poverty schools are told to teach through direct instruction. And even though direct instruction can be effective when teaching initial skills, direct instruction does not produce deep learning like other models, such as an inquiry-based model. If direct instruction does not promote higher order learning, then why are we told to use such models with our students in high poverty schools? It does not make any sense to me. It is, like I stated before, it's mind-boggling that the wealthier schools have access to music and arts, that their programs are student-centered, that they do promote higher order interactive pedagogies, and then when their students perform well, we don't see that as, hey, all these strategies, these student-centered, these higher order thinking pedagogies are working for them. Let's do this in our high poverty schools. No, we do the complete opposite. When low-income schools perform poorly, rather than give them the same resources that seem to be working for their wealthier peers, we incorporate all these strategies that are not helping them at all. And so when I read this and thought about how people actually believe that such strategies work, I mean, it's as though these people don't want to help the people in poverty, these students in poverty, because we are depriving them by incorporating these strategies of taking away programs such as art and music, or only using direct instruction models rather than having hands-on inquiry-based models that promote this higher order learning. We're depriving them of something everyone should have equal access to, which is education, which ideally would be having the same opportunity to succeed in whatever it is they want to succeed. But if we continue with these strategies that don't help them, but rather continue to put them down, they're going to continue to do poorly. But that's our fault, because we are incorporating these ineffective strategies that at the end of the day only hurt them. They don't make them better. They're not going to make them succeed in school. So again, we have to incorporate higher order pedagogy. So we have to have them do collaborative work. We have to use other models other than direct instruction, and we must keep programs such as physical education or arts or music. They need access to all of this. Okay, and so, oh, I forgot to move my PowerPoint. This is just when I was talking about ineffective strategies, and of course we should strive for equitable schools. It's not going to be easy, but we can do it. So that's the end of my ed talk. Thanks, guys.